This has been going on for 10 years. The initial contact came, and I didn't mention our partners as the synagogue. They're here in front of us, Mark and Danny, but they are our partners. They are the original partners on this scheme, the Reformed Synagogue. Brendan's contact with them, I think, some 10, 11 years ago now. Thank you for your persistence, for your patience. I know that it's been an up and down, turbulent time for the last 10 years with the recession, but we have worked together and still continue to work together to deliver a new reformed synagogue, a state-of-the-art facility that we know that you need and want. In respect of the opportunity that exists, it started with the synagogue as a sole site. Through the recession and the financial crash, we had a problem, obviously, that we had to stop. The whole world stopped. But out of what was at the time a difficult situation came a unique opportunity. The emerged was a unique 1.5 acre development site in the very middle of the city. There is no other central location like this, so close to Albert Square and those wonderful buildings around the conservation area that is available. And from our point of view, we carry a huge responsibility to deliver something very special on this site. In terms of what's there currently, and I don't want to overplay this, you can go down and walk down the streets yourself, they're just round the corner. We have a site that is underused, that lacks activity, that actually has been designed to discourage public activity. With the police station, that's just the very nature of this site and how it's always worked. The two streets, Jackson's Row and Bootle Street, are so central, and I know that those of you know the city very well, but when you walk through from St. Peter's Square through Albert Square, you will very, very rarely choose to use those streets. They're unwelcoming, and if you look at them, suffering and need some form of regeneration. Where the accommodation included a 5-star hotel, there'll be a 5-star 200-bed hotel, where there is a residential element, a commercial element and a leisure element. And that was the regeneration framework that was produced some, I think, 14 months ago now. We needed to deliver a true architectural statement for Manchester on this site. We had to. It carries huge responsibility. We invited Make Architects, a very prominent architect, to deliver that for us. We've worked together previously on other projects, and we knew that Ken, having designed some of the most prominent buildings in the country, was the right person, the right brand of architecture to deliver on this site. In terms of the scheme, we ended up with this. We ended up with this project, so just take it back a touch. Yeah. We ended up with the 2 towers. The vision and the time frame. We are embarking upon a planning process and a consultation. We will hopefully put the planning application in September, and we're hoping to come out of the planning process by the end of the year. Obviously, that's a process that will bring significant economic benefit to the city. The current site has very little employability, and the employability it has we will protect as developer. However, there will be thousands of new jobs created. I've got 1,300 here in front of me, but I know you'll shoot me in 3 years' time, it's 1,200 or 1,100, so I'm saying there will be significantly more jobs created on this site. And we will breathe new life back into this area of the city, such a critical area of the city. Lastly, so Howard mentioned uncertain times. Thanks for that. So Howard mentioned uncertain times politically. The confusion down in Westminster, obviously the fact that when I went over to Singapore, we're not being portrayed particularly well at this moment in time globally. However, when I walk around the streets of Manchester, I don't feel that way. And when Rowsley walk around the streets of Manchester and BCG walk around the streets of Manchester, our international investors in the last 3 to 4 days, and also the BCGI in the last few months, we don't feel that way. We've got confidence in this scheme, we have confidence in this city, and when I went over to Singapore post the referendum, and over there obviously, as I say, the media reaction was a little bit turbulent, it was quite clear that we've got investors who believe in what we're doing here in the city and what we're about to achieve. You can see the actual makeup of the actual accommodation on the left-hand side. Critical to us were the 3 world-class public spaces, which I will go through shortly. And I think at this point it's probably worth Ken you coming up to explain your architectural thinking in respect of where we got to the conclusion that we did.